Donkey Kong Jr. was a great sequel, but if all you wanted was more levels and gameplay like the original Donkey Kong, you had to wait a long time for that. You had to wait for Donkey Kong 94 on the Game Boy. That was the game that finally gave you more of the classic, more than a decade after the classic. And maybe the best Donkey Kong game ever made, which I bring up because this is like the Donkey Kong 94 of BurgerTime. It's BurgerTime Deluxe for the original Game Boy. So here's a scandalous confession. I don't even like the original BurgerTime. How's that for a plot twist? Boom! I respect it. It's a really cool concept, but it didn't play that great. It was incredibly hard, like needlessly hard. The greatest AI in the history of games belongs to the walking hotdogs in BurgerTime. Everything's been downhill since then. Game's more frustrating than a bowl of cereal with no milk. BurgerTime Deluxe has milk. BurgerTime Deluxe has a whole freaking cow. In more ways than one. So just like Donkey Kong 94 expanded upon the original Donkey Kong, BurgerTime Deluxe does pretty much the same thing with BurgerTime. The only difference is, Donkey Kong 94 has all the levels from the original included. With BurgerTime Deluxe, it's only new levels. And there are 24 of them, which, not the biggest game, but still 4 times more than the arcade game. And personally, if you ask me, I think it's 4 times more enjoyable too. Should have called this bitch BurgerTime with cheese! So anyway, BurgerTime's kind of a f***ed up thing. He plays a little chef named Peter Pepper, whose career has apparently fallen so far he's now flipping burgers for a living. And as you'd expect from a guy who's had such a precipitous fall from grace, Peter Pepper now picks packs of pickled PCP, because he thinks he's being chased around by pickles. That's BurgerTime. It's a game based on drugs from a time when everyone was on drugs, the 1980s. Plumbers and turtles, ghosts and pellets. All your favorite games were created during hallucinations. I like to think the pickles are actually bill collectors. Now, the idea is you have to make burgers, and you do that not by shaping patties from freshly ground meat and grilling them out on the deck, but by walking on top of them. Because when you're rolling this hard, why not? Walk over the parts and they drop. Get all the parts to the bottom, and you get a full burger, complete with tomato and lettuce and footprints. Make all the burgers and you move on. Sell them and you risk being shut down by the Board of Public Health. Now, of course, the catch is that while you're walking on the food, you're being chased by other food. You can temporarily stun them with some pepper, but that's it. Otherwise, your only defense is to run and hopefully drop the burger parts on top of them. Easier said than done, as BurgerTime's foes are remarkably f***ing clever for a ragtag group of condiments. Nothing against condiments, but that's one of the things I dig most about BurgerTime Deluxe. It's still tough, but not so tough that you can't even play it. I was able to progress in this one, and oddly enough, that made the game more fun. Who knew? The enemies are still smart, they still corner you, but not with that same uncanny, unfair efficiency as before. You can escape them this time. And when you combine that more accessible difficulty with the fact that this one plays better than the original ever did, for me, this is the best BurgerTime, or at least my favorite. So it's a bigger burger, it's a better burger, it's also a prettier burger. Presentation's another area where BurgerTime Deluxe makes serious improvements. So gone are the plain black backgrounds of the original, and in their place are little restaurants and storefronts. And the sprites are great too, especially Peter. And to me, this version gives him a lot more personality than the original, even in black and white. It's a very nice looking Game Boy game, and it has an awesome soundtrack too. And hey, an extra special thank you to Mark from Fresh Meadows, New York for this one. This is the game I've always wanted BurgerTime to be. It's the same great recipe, but with much better ingredients, better controls, a saner difficulty, cooler levels. There's never been a better burger time than BurgerTime Deluxe for the original Game Boy. Get them now before the city shuts them down.